Hey y'all, it's your girl Kia Love. Welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time here, welcome. So today we're going to be making a warm, delicious, comfort, homey tikka masala. And in case you don't know what tikka masala is, it is a traditional Indian curry, tomato-based type of curry stew type of recipe. Sometimes people eat it with chicken, lamb, things like that. But this one's vegan. It's vegan, it's plant-based, it's delicious, it's perfect for days like today when it's cold and you want something warm, stewy, like some chili or something like that. Trust me, if you never had tikka masala before, you're going to like it. It's delicious and it makes your tummy feel so good. It has no soy, no tofu, none of those plant toxins as usual with this channel. But before we get to the recipe, in case you're wondering what hair I'm rocking Kavani virgin hair, raw Indian curly. Y'all, I love this. I absolutely love this texture. This is my favorite texture from Kavani virgin hair. I have in, I think, a 24, 22, and 20. I can't remember. Is it the 26, 24, 20 or 24, 22, 20? I can't remember because I've rocked these bundles for about a year and a half now. It's been washed so many times, y'all. It just keeps getting better and better. Look at the curls. It's so beautiful. Y'all see these curls? Every time I go out, I get compliments. Every time I go out, I get compliments on this hair. It's so light. It's so natural looking. And the curls are just absolutely gorgeous. But anyways, that's not what you're here for. If you're ready for this curry, yummy, warm, delicious recipe, let's get it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is take about 1 tablespoon of oil into a pan and add 1 whole chopped yellow onion. And we're gonna just stir it around and let it saute. All right, y'all, now that our onions are done sauteing, we're gonna put in this beautiful blend of spices along with some ginger and some garlic. Everything inside of this bowl is a ½ teaspoon, except for the turmeric is only a 1/4 teaspoon. And the pink sea salt is 1 teaspoon, but everything else is ½ teaspoon. We have some ground cumin, some curry powder, some coriander, some garam masala, chili powder, ground mustard, smoked paprika, and we're gonna throw in a couple of bay leaves as well. All right, y'all, so let's do it. Okay, I turned my vent down a little bit so you can hear me better. So our onions just got through sauteing. We're gonna throw in some garlic. This is 4 to 6 cloves of garlic. I'm probably gonna end up adding more because I actually like a lot of garlic. We're gonna throw in 2-inch thumb of fresh ginger. I do have fresh ginger, however, I'm saving it for a juice. So I'm gonna throw in some minced ginger that I have. I'm gonna throw in 2 teaspoons. I meant to do 1 tablespoon, but I ended up doing 1 tablespoon. So we're gonna throw in a couple of tablespoons of ginger because I really want to taste the ginger as well. And then we're gonna throw in those beautiful seasonings that I mentioned earlier. Now you're gonna let the aromatics do their thing for about 30 seconds just to cook it down a bit. It smells so good. And then we're gonna move to the next step. Next, we're gonna add 1 20-ounce can of jackfruit. You wanna make sure you rinsed it off prior with cold water. You do wanna leave them in chunks, but chop them up just a little bit. And then we're going to add 1 large sweet potato, peeled and chopped. I'm gonna stir this around a bit. We're gonna cover it and let it cook for about 5 minutes just to warm it up. Now, you're gonna take 1 post crushed tomato, ripe tomato, throw that in there. Mix it around. I'm actually gonna throw in some mushrooms. I forgot that I wanted to add these to add some more bulk. You don't have to. Next, you wanna add about 8 ounces of tomato sauce. I accidentally put the entire can, y'all. I made this after work, so I was tired and wasn't thinking. And then next you want to add about 14 ounces of full fat coconut milk. I was actually upset that I put the entire can of tomato sauce in there because there should be more coconut milk in this to make it more creamy. So you will see me add a little more coconut milk later, but do not do it if you follow the instructions and only put 8 ounces of tomato sauce and about 13 to 14 ounces of coconut milk. So this is where I'm adding the additional coconut milk, but like I said, please skip this part if you only put in 8 ounces of tomato sauce. Again, the recipe should be 8 ounces of tomato sauce and about 13, 14 ounces of full-fat coconut milk. So now we're going to cover it with the lid and let it simmer for about 20-25 minutes until the potatoes are fork tender and the liquid slightly reduces. All right, y'all, so this has been cooking for 25 minutes. Potatoes are tender now, so that's what you want. One thing I did add was some cacao powder to help balance out the acidity. So at this point, I'm going to do a taste test to see if I need to add any other seasonings to it. And y'all, the flavor is actually pretty spot on, but I love ginger, so I'm just going to go ahead and add another heaping spoonful of minced ginger. All right, so now is my favorite part. We're going to mash about 1/3 of the stew, and this is going to help make it thicker. Now, keep in mind that I had additional liquid to mine because of the error I made earlier with the tomato sauce and the coconut milk. So yours should look a little more thick than mine. Mine has a little more liquid than normal. However, I did pour out a little of the liquid, but I didn't want to lose too much of the flavor. So mine's a little more watery than normal, but it will thicken as it sits. So at this point, it's pretty much done. So we're going to go ahead and turn off your stove. But, of course, we have to add greens. Y'all, I love kale. I couldn't do this without adding some kale. So it looks like I'm adding a bunch of kale, but keep in mind it's going to wilt down. So it's actually going to shrink. And I'm probably going to end up adding more. But just go ahead, add your kale or add your spinach, whichever one you prefer. And let the heat do its thing. It's going to wilt down. This is a great addition to the stew, so please don't skip this part. One more thing, to add a little spice, you're going to take a fresh jalapeno and throw in a few slices. This is going to add a delicious kick to the stew. And that's pretty much done. Now we just need to wait for the rice and we're going to serve it up. All right, so this is our final product of our vegan tikka masala. I love to serve it with brown basmati rice, a couple of wedges of lime to squeeze over the entire dish, and some freshly chopped cilantro. Y'all, those are great additions to the dish. And of course, I can't forget the non-flatbread to scoop up all the goodness. Y'all, this recipe is going to make your tummies happy and warm, especially on a cold day. If you like this recipe, give it a thumbs up. And if you're ready for more recipes, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, y'all, peace and love.